Who is that? Rihanna Alexis. Hello. Valerie Alexandra.
Stop hating on your
Stay in.
Stop hating on your boy, man.
Are you in? Are you in? There you go.
Stop hating on your boy.
You in. You in. Who is that? J Love. Hello. Everybody come on in. Erica Mitchell. Hey. You in? You gotta set the camera up. I thought you had it set up already.
Hey, I'm set, baby. What's going on, guys?
People coming in, everybody saying hello. Jerome, what's up, brother?
Jerome, what's good? I feel like Jerome got some questions for us today.
Go Sharpie, what's up? What's up?
I've been watching your feed, Jerome. I know you got some bullets coming for us. But let's start off with some music.
Let's go some music. We got an intro. Like we always do.
Hold on. Start this over. Let's act like it's Monday, guys.
Yeah.
As you can see, I was in Hawaii with my Aloha hat.
Yeah, try to come in and keep it going. Switch up the vibe a little bit. A little rock music. This from the soundtrack.
What's up, Tyree?
You guys know that show, The Sinner? The Sinner is from that soundtrack. It's pretty dope.
Couple more seconds, get this started.
Oh, wave it.
Wave it.
Wave it. Wave it.
Wave it. Wave it. Wave it. Wave it. Switch it.
All the way.
This is old man shit, guys.
Yeah, that's how we vibe out now. That's how it goes.
Guys. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. How's everybody's weekend? How's everybody doing? Where's everybody? Get in here, guys. Happy to have y'all here once again.
Absolutely.
Sorry about yesterday. Travel plans. I got in super late Sunday night from Hawaii. Kerry didn't get into it yesterday.
We got in late last night, yeah. Late last
Atlanta,
night.
so traveling schedule. We're back to our normal Mondays, but we figured we just wanted to make sure we got it done today. So we're back, guys. Thanks for taking time. Thanks for being patient with us. As you always know, y'all important. Y'all play an integral part of this show, y'all engagement. So these next 2 weeks are going to be very, very, very interesting. At the end of this show, we're going to tell you what next week's topic is about. It's going to be a good one. But how was your weekend, man?
First and foremost, LA, it's hot as shit out here. Yo, I just got back from Atlanta. Atlanta's always hot and muggy and humid. It was humid, but I stepped back here last night. I got in like 8:30 last night. It's hot. Nigga, right now I ain't got no drawers on because I want to let it breathe for me. It might be TMI, but that's how hot it is. It's that hot. So no drawers. I got on my t-shirt today, so we're casual school day.
It's hell outside.
It's hot outside. But it's hot. But this weekend was great, man. I went down. I'm part of that professional flag football league, and so went down for that. Went well. It was great. I was out there running routes and routing people up like I used to back in my old days.
Still there? Routing people up.
And
earthquake. Y'all just see that earthquake?
What's up? But it was great, man. It was fun. I actually got to lace them up one more time. That's it for me. I'm not going back to the football thing anymore. But it was good to get out there and do it again and kind of lay that to the side.
Let them know you still got it.
Let them know I still got it.
If you want to go back out there, you can.
I can do it.
But we ain't.
I'm done.
We're done.
So I did that. That was great. Got to see my parents. My parents were there.
Fresh.
Mom and Papa Rose were there. So got to hang out with them for a little while. And it's so crazy, man. Like I talk to them so different.
Mom ain't got macaroni and cheese?
Nah, because I didn't go to the house. She didn't make the mac and cheese.
There's only one other person macaroni and cheese that I'll eat outside of my mom and my granddad's. And my grandma, may she rest in peace, is his mom's. That good old Alabama cooking. Mac and cheese, baby.
No, but yeah, man, I got to see them, and I talk to them so different now, man. It's so cool and so freeing to just be around people and be yourself and just talk like we're having a conversation. Them mom and dad, so I respect them, but I don't have to tread waters and tread around the conversation.
I just like your had a drink of pops.
Huh?
Had a drink of pops.
Me and Pops had a drink, for sure. Absolutely. Just broke it down. But yeah, it's cool, man. They're doing well, looking good, and it was great. So,
good, man.
Yeah, how was your weekend? You were in
Hawaii. luau on the beach and shit. I didn't go to luau. What I will say though, I enjoyed it. I got out of LA. Anytime you get out of LA, it's good, man. It's always a major reset. But I will say this about Hawaii. It's like a laid back LA.
Certain parts of it.
Yeah. Where we stayed, we were in like Waikiki.
Yeah.
And it's super industrial. Like it's very touristy. So if I don't go back to Honolulu, I'm not complaining. But I like more rural. Like if I was to base it on, I didn't realize it was that much city. Yeah. I wouldn't have known, if you would just drop me there, I wouldn't have known if I was in Hawaii. Highways, buildings, very touristy. Right. And I was kind of cool on that. When you go to Hawaii or island, you kind of want to relax and chill out in nature and stuff like that. So it was good, man. I enjoyed myself. I went out there with my brother, RG, Ryan. You know, he invited me. 4th of July, he does something with his family every year. Went out there, 2 nieces, his mom. Yeah. And we just enjoyed it, man. That's my first time. Like, you know, our schedules get crazy busy, so it was a good time for me and him to catch up and build again. So he's actually going to be on the show. He wanted to do last week, but he can't. He got 2 daughters, but we want to get him on, man. He'd be a really good guest, man. But my weekend was good. Major reset. Come back. Now I'm back to writing the book. So deadline is 7/31.
Yeah.
So I got to get on it. Race. The pressure's on.
So you got what? You got 21 days. You got 3 weeks.
3 weeks to get it done. Yeah. Hold me accountable, guys. I need everybody to be my accountability partner. So, what's hot topics? What we got, man? I feel like it's so many hot topics. There's so
hot
many
topics
things
today
going on out here in these streets.
You know what's funny? It's a lot of hot topics. It's one that I wanted to speak on, and because people take it and misconstrue it so quickly because it's not the norm. It's not like a relationship norm. It's not something that we're used to. Yeah. And so, talk about the Will Smith comments he made about Jada, his wife to everybody else, right? Yeah. To the world. But he made a statement saying that they don't call each other husband and wife anymore. Like it's beyond that. They've transcended past that point. So they call each other their life partners. And I always talk about that a lot. I like using the word partner because to me that's even more intimate. That's a situation where you see past the surface level of everything and the surface level of the actual being husband and wife thing. So I like that. But he also said there's nothing she could do that could break their bond. So in theory, there's no deal breaker in the relationship. So whatever happens, whatever they do behind closed doors or outdoors, whatever, it's nothing they can do will affect their bond, their relationship forever. And like for me, that's such a crazy thing to say. Like obviously she can do something that could hurt him because she has that power, or she can do something to kind of deviate from what their plan was or on their journey, right? So for me that was a crazy thing. But I mean, how did you feel about when I told you about that and we talked about that situation? Just pause.
Dang, man. Sorry, guys.
1 second.
The internet's hating again.
Yeah. So, are you on?
Come on, internets.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
That's
good. Good.
What was you about to say?
Because like for me, I'll go first. I mean, because you probably still think about the thought. But I mean, personally, I think it's awesome, right? I think if you get to a level of unconditional love like that, where nothing can deter that love and nothing can change that love, and you guys have an understanding of we've been together for 20 years. If we make a deal to go do this or you make a deal to go do that, that's fine with me. At the end of the day, like we're here. As long as nothing can break that bond, I mean, it's way past the surface level of what the outside world thinks about what love is and what being married or being in a committed relationship is. Because there's so many different variables. And so for me, I find it really, really, really awesome actually.
That's why it's interesting to hear what people's definition of love is. because it's going to vary from person, to person. There's no right or wrong. That's your truth, whatever you think that it is. But when you get to that place, like you said, the key word is they transcend it.
Right.
It's bigger than just you are mine, I am yours. It's like, oh, this is my partner. How often do we want a partner, somebody that we can actually enjoy, who understands us and we understand them? Right. It's hard. It's hard just to find somebody out here that you just get along with, that you just like to hang with. Right. So when you find that person that makes you feel good, that person that makes you look at yourself, that person that speaks to, like we always talk about, the deeper parts of yourself. Right. You don't let that go because it's rare and it's far and few in between. Where, like I said, like when you meet those people, that's the universe placing that person in front of you. Yeah. So and if you reject that, it's like you're rejecting the flow of the universe. You're blocking the blessing with something what somebody else is supposed to give you. So when he says that, I'm all for it. Right. I'm like, by all means, when people talk, you can't break that bond. It's like, it's bigger than just, I love her. That's when we talk about another show. I can love somebody like my sister. Yeah. My sister can do whatever. But I might not like it. I might not always condone it. Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah. Yeah. I'll always ride for her. I'll do whatever it is that I can in my wheelhouse to make sure that she's okay. Right. And that's how he looks at her. Mm-hmm. It's deeper than just boyfriend, girlfriend. And I always say, like, I'm not big on titles, and I always say this. When you call somebody your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you put a title to it, I feel like you limit what it can actually be. Yeah. Because you can transcend that.
Right. Off of societal basis, though.
Yeah.
Not anything that changes between the dynamic of that relationship, but it's more, I think, from the outside forces that come in and say, this is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to get married, have a white picket fence, have 2 kids, you both have 2-income households. Yeah. She's a nurse, you're a teacher, you work in the coal mine. Like, that's a successful thing.
That shit worked 40 years ago. Right, and that was the thing. You had a kid, you got married, you got a good job, you got a house, cool. Right. Ain't no white picket fence now. But the white picket fence is whatever you want it to be. Right. The white picket fence can be traveling around with your kids and living by coastal New York and LA. Whatever it is to you, it is to you. It's not really for anybody else. So it's, like I said, congrats to them for getting to that place. And I think we all can take notes. We all can take notes from different, because what works for them might not work for somebody else, and that's okay. Yeah. We need to stop aspiring to have it's interesting when I hear people talk about relationships, go, I want that, and I'm like, you don't know the work that they took to get to that space. Yeah. Be the relationship goal, be that person or that example that people want to be. Isn't that what we all want to lead by example, or we all should want to lead by example, but be on relationship goals. Right. I understand that you set a goal and a standard, but surpass that. Don't limit what your relationships can actually be with the title. If you're committed, stay committed. So that's just my take on it, man. Yeah. We can all take notes from Will and Jada, from how they raise their kids, to the level of openness that they have, because it's scary, man. When you give people a level of freedom, even in relationships, and you just want them to be them, it can be scary. I see why people will want to kind of lock down and try to control it. I'm not saying that's not the way to go, but you give people freedom, you'll find out exactly who they are when you let them be. So
I applaud it, and at the same time, I don't know if I could be as brave as Will Smith or Jada to get to that point where that's the situation that's going on. So I applaud it. I think I aspire to be that way. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't always that way, and I've heard that their relationship is very different than the norm. Right. And maybe they've got to a place where, like, this is the world that we're living in. This is what we're dealing with. Right. What works for us? Does this work for us? Yeah. And can we agree to this? And I think that's the most important thing. It's something that they both agreed to. Yeah. They came together, made a decision together as a team, as partners. And you stick to that. When it changes, you talk to the other person as your partner. Right. And then you go about like that. So, like I said, man, it's we all can take notes. We all can be better, man. Relationships change. People change, times change, technology change, everything's always changing. Is anything else you want to talk about? There's a couple of topics I want to touch on. A couple I want to hold to next week for next week's topic. Maybe we'll touch on it. I was following Jerome's feed on Twitter, and I kind of want to touch on it a bit. I don't know.
I'm in. A little bit, maybe. A little bit.
It's still fresh. the whole. I don't want to mince words, or it's. What I do want to speak on is the incident this morning, the whole Sean McCoy thing. At this point, we're all guessing. I'll be honest, man, we're all guessing. It's easy to look at a picture, but I hope she's okay. I hope the kid is okay, if that's the case. But we live in a society where you don't know what truth is. People are looking for, and I'm not saying her, but I'm saying we live in somewhere people can come out and say anything and ruin somebody's reputation.
Let's preface it by saying we don't condone if it's true, we don't condone it. He deserves whatever punishment he gets, but.
Yeah, but with that being said, I'm not in the space where I'm not going to publicly condemn anybody, let alone another black man, because coming back from that is very different. He's already guilty. Just because his name is attached to it, he's already guilty. I don't know all the facts, but we know in situation where you look at the situation with Ruben Foster, same situation. Come to find out, she lied. So we're quick to condemn people, and like I said, we don't know. We don't have all the facts. Like I said, it's unfortunate that this has happened, but I think as much as women speak up for women, as you should, by all means, support women, speak up for them. I think men should speak up for other men as well. And it's like we're in this society where if you speak up as a man, especially anything in reference to women these days, like we're condemned for it. Like women, you can have your opinion. You're entitled to that, and men should be able to voice their opinions as well, without being condemned or shot down. Like in order to get to a level of understanding, we have to listen to the other side and hear and acknowledge people's feelings. So with that being said, we don't know everything. I don't want to publicly condemn because we don't know. Like I said, we're all guessing, but there's a whole side of the NFL that people don't know. As far as how can you allow domestic abusers to still play, because the NFL doesn't care. They don't care. They can control those people. We can control the guy and make him seem like we're giving him extending him an olive branch, and he's dedicated to us because you know what, we can take this away from you. Right? We can control those guys, but the NFL has never cared. This has been going on for years, guys. This whole domestic violence, and I'm not saying it's okay, but this has been going on for years, and they've known about it. They've been known about it. So but that's a whole nother business side because they're all about the bottom line.
I mean, the thing about this really, it boils down to this, man. I mean, I think people are really quick to condemn anybody, especially when you see something horrific like that picture was. Like the picture's bad, right? But instead of quickly jumping to social media and jumping to outlets to bash somebody or praise the other individual that's the perceived victim in a situation, instead of actually waiting to see what happens and going with the flow and waiting till everything's played out, people are so quick to jump on sides and bash people and defend the other person without actually knowing what's going on. Like I've seen so many posts. It just happened this morning. I've seen so many posts of women, posting the other woman on the page saying, I pray for her, I hope she's okay, I hope everything's okay, which is fine, but without knowing really what's going on, or not just giving her praise and saying that she's okay or trying to figure out if she's fine, saying all that and also condemning him at the same time without even knowing what's going on. And so for me, that's the issue with me. Like, let it play out. If it happens to be that those things are true, his ass deserves whatever he gets.
Absolutely.
But until that happens, dog, you can't put people on blast like that. This is another human being that we don't know. This can be taken away from his livelihood, his life, for the rest of his family.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of factors that come into play, man.
And I don't really read comments, but when we look at the comments, like I see men and women fighting each other back and forth. I'm like, it's not even your situation.
No.
Why? It quickly becomes, and it always comes back to this, and it's kind of frustrating. It becomes this men versus women thing. Right. And you see this fight back and forth, blame the victim, this, that, and the fourth. And it's like, each person is allowed, or have your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, but also if you're entitled to your opinion, you're entitled to be wrong.
Yeah.
Also, two people can be right at the same time.
Yes.
So we get caught up in this situation where people want to go back and forth and get their point across, and it's like, no, listen to the other person. So like It's frustrating, man, and because I've known situations where things weren't true, but because the media, internet, it runs fast.
Right away.
And people don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
You know, we may never know the truth.
Yeah.
We may never, ever know the truth. Just like we didn't know the whole truth about Ray Rice until the video leaked in. It was like, oh, what the hell? So then NFL had to backtrack and cover their ass. But we may never know the truth. But what I will say is, like I said, we're quick to condemn people. Man. Like, I'm not going to condemn anybody, let alone another black man, in public. I might send you a text. I will send you a text or give you a phone call before I do anything publicly.
Yeah, well,
and I'll look you face to face and talk to you. Hey, what's going on here?
Like, why are we doing it publicly? I think that's the question. Because people want to be involved in the trend, involved in the topic that's hot right now. And I think that's more of the issue than actually trying to find out who's at fault or who's the victim, or finding out if I can help that person or if I can change that narrative. Instead of doing that, I'm just throwing more steam and more flame to the situation.
My whole thing with social media is, if we're not building people up and it's not positive, then what are we using it for?
To bash.
Right? What is it? What's the point of social media? It's to build people up. If it's not positive, what are you doing?
Right.
You know, so, but that's something we want to touch on at another time, because it's a lot of different layers to that. The physical aspect of football, what it does to our brains, and that transition for athletes when it's no longer there. When your body takes a beating. So we just wanted to address that. It's not a topic I'm scared to cover. I'm not scared to cover this. I tread softly when it comes to certain topics because I don't know all the details. We've been in situations where we can see how we're quick to condemn and it's not true at all. And I don't see people apologizing. No. I don't see people making posts like, no, I was
There's no apology needed.
Right.
That's what they feel.
Right. So it's man. So
let's get out of there.
Let's get out of there.
Let's go to a lighter. Let's go to not lighter, but to a different. I guess what is our topic today?
Dating.
First of all, before we even get to the topic, if I hear one more person say "Kiki, do you love me?" I'm gonna die. If I hear one more, if I see one more video or somebody saying "Kiki," I'm gonna lose it, man. So please don't play. I'm done. That's it. All right. Can we move on from Kiki?
Man,
can we move on?
It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be there a while.
God.
Kiki.
Oh, he went through it again. Please.
I don't know, man. I haven't heard the song yet.
Sheesh.
So
anyway,
I know y'all out here doing Kiki, do you love it? I know all y'all out here doing
it.
I know y'all got a video waiting to post.
They're ready to post. Now. If somebody asks Kiki, do you love me?
Waterfree talking about leave Kiki alone.
Right. If I see somebody in the street hop out their car talking about Kiki, do you love me? I'm hopping in the car and taking off. Kiki, no, I don't want to. I'm out.
Yeah, man. So I guess we can piggyback last week.
Oh, perfect.
When we talked about pretty much relationships, growth, and maturity.
Yeah.
That was a big thing, and which kind of led us to what we kind of didn't talk about, dating.
Dating.
What that looks like. What is dating? Is dating different now than it was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, like when we taught, is it different when you look when you're in big cities like LA and New York versus small cities?
Yes.
Is it different?
Yeah.
You know, a value system different. You know, so like let's tackle this topic today, dating.
Dating in big cities versus smaller cities, and have beliefs changed, has values changed? What do you think?
Beliefs and values have definitely changed. The mindset is definitely different when you're in a smaller city versus a bigger city. For one, first things first, you have more options. Some cities you have better quality options. Yeah. You know, you go to New York and LA, like everybody's TV ready. Pretty much the majority of women in LA are TV ready.
Yeah.
Right now. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I'll say I've never really dated. I will say that. I've never really dated. I've never understood dating. I don't know what dating is. I'll be honest. I don't know what it is. Guys, what is it? Is it hanging out? Is it kicking it?
Right.
Is it bowling? What
it is different for people.
Are the requirements for dating, and when do we call it dating? I've always met people that I liked. I've always met people through other people, and then we just hung out and ended up being something longer than what it was before.
Yeah.
When I moved to LA 4 years ago, I tried dating, and it was a different girl every day of the week. And I had to stop because emotionally I couldn't handle it. it was too much, and I was like, how do people do this?
Right.
How can you give a part of yourself to 5, 6, 7 different people? And I'm not a serial dater, but I tried something new. Like, I don't know what it is, but I will say I've lived in Tulsa, I've been in Alabama. It's definitely very, very different. The mindset is very, very different. So you kind of have to adapt and be a chameleon in whatever environment. Where LA, you're going to get a lot. New York, you're going to get a lot of women just come at you. They're more aggressive. Miami, the same thing. Tulsa, Alabama, like I said, the mindset I don't want to say that's local mind. I don't know.
Just small minded.
Yeah, it's more small minded. They can't see past the environment that they're in. So
I mean, it's funny. I mean, we talk about dating, and for me, like I'll go back to like my life as an athlete, right? When I was 21, 22 years in New York City, even as I got a little older in New York City, I didn't have to date. Like I didn't take the time to date a woman. I didn't take them to restaurants. I didn't go on dates. I didn't do stuff like that because it was so easy and so accessible to me. Like people were just buying for my time all the time and trying to, at whatever cost or whatever time they could get from me, they would just tug at me and pull at me, and it'd be super easy to go out and have fun in the town and do the whole deal. So I didn't have to put the time in to actually date. So I don't even know what that meant either. And then I found myself, if I spent time with somebody, they pretty much got attached and wanted to be around. So I ended up probably being in a relationship with that person because I was around so much. I ended up investing so much time that it became that. So the whole dating process is weird to me anyway. I don't even know. But now, talking about now, it's hard. Because now I'm actually.
Tell me why you mad, Kerry.
Because now I'm actually.
Tell me why you mad.
Because now I'm actually involved, right? Now I'm open. Now I'm about sharing and caring and spending time and getting to know people for who they are and not just the exterior, the beauty part of it.
So, and I asked this question this morning, right? It wasn't really dating for you, it was dating for them. And because you weren't easily accessible, people want what they can't have right now. Right? So to you, you're Kerry Rhodes, a football player, star, safety in the NFL. Anytime that you're willing to give them, they look at that as that's the prize. Mm-hmm. He's so busy that he gave me time. Okay, cool. So they just wanted your time, which leads me to the question: do people want your time and attention more than they actually want you? Because is that what you're seeing now? Because before, people kind of sitting around just waiting for your time. Now it's just like, you can't get somebody on the phone. Well, you can get them on the phone.
I can get them on the phone now.
You can get them on the phone. But it's not as easy as it was before. So do you think it's more so that they wanted your time and attention more than they actually wanted you? They love the idea of Kerry, but actually sitting down and getting to know Kerry is a very different thing.
Especially knowing Kerry, where it's a deeper level of intimacy, a deeper level of everything. For me, it's not just about I just had a good game today. Like, you want to go to dinner? I'm going to the club after, so we can be seen and have bottles and do the whole deal. Like, it's a whole different vibe. No, I want to go. Let's go to the cafe. Let's talk. I want to know about you. Are you okay? Are you hurting? Like, tell me about you. I want to know about you. Like, I'm actually invested in that time, and it's weird that I don't know. It's weird that they don't see that, or they don't see that the same way as that was. Like I said, I don't know if it might be the idea of all this stuff we're doing. Like you said, he's investing his time, the little amount of time that he has, he's investing that in me, and maybe that's the thing. I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Do you guys think it's harder to do it that way, or what do you think?
It's like I said, I don't know what dating is. Like, it's really interesting to me. It's like, okay, you go on a date, you set up, you pick out a date time. What's the part? Is it dinner? Is it bowling? Me, when I have hung out with people, I like to just do fun and cool stuff. I want to get to see King be fun. Going to dinners and nights and dressing up, I feel like that's typical. I'm not saying you don't do that, but I want to see King you have fun outside of nice dinner, because you got some people out here, they just want to go out just to have a nice dinner. And in dating, should the guy pay first? if it's a mutual thing, we both want to hang out. If you go Dutch, what did that say about a guy? At what point does the guy start to pay for everything? Because the level of investment isn't the same. We're just kicking it. You're not my main girl. I'm not going to treat you as if you're my girl or anybody else.
But do you expect the girl to treat you a certain way or no? Or do you expect her to treat you? I don't know.
No,
treat you any.
Like I said, we're dating, so we're getting to know each other. So whoever she is, that's what I want to see. Whoever she is, that's what I'm going to see. So she doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do. Yeah. And based on that information, I'm going to make an informed decision. But you guys pay first. If you go Dutch, does that say anything about a guy? The majority of guys are going to pay. But I've known guys who are like, nah, let's go Dutch here. Yeah. I don't know what this is yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pay though. I don't know. I think that's.
It's no wrong right or wrong.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's just interesting. Do you pay or do you not pay? Do you feel like I've had people hit me up and I can say I've had people invite me to go that, hey, you want to go in? I'm like, yeah, and I gotta pay. Yeah. If I invite you, I'll pay. If you invite me, I feel like you should. I'm not saying even then. It depends on who it is. Yeah. Some people are more priority, than others. So
it's funny. I mean, for me, I'm gonna take the approach of I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay regardless. But I hope and I pray that you're around the type of person that if I'm gonna take care of the bill and I'm gonna do all this, at least she's gonna offer. And if she's gonna offer, I'm not gonna let her. But the fact that the intention of actually saying, okay, I can do this. Yeah. I'm okay with stepping out and doing this. Is all I need. If you're expecting something, if you're having expectations going into this date that I'm gonna pay, that's kind of weird. Even though I am, you shouldn't go into any situation expecting anything. And so that's my only quarrel. That'd be my only quarrel with anything about that.
I did this probably 8 years ago. It's kind of messed up. This is when I was living in New York. I actually went out with the girl and I acted like the bill was only $40. I acted like I didn't have my card just to see how she would react. And she got attitude. And she's like, well, no, I ain't got my card and this, that, and the phone. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give it back to you. I just wanted to see. That was back in the day where I was playing the game. I would ask questions or do things just to see how the person will react, which is wrong. Yeah. Because if they give you the wrong reaction, and I did that, right? Which I absolutely would not do that today. So let's get into people playing the game, right? Oh yeah. People play the game like, do you text back too fast or do you not? Should I call him or should I that stuff? Like, look, it's like sometimes women want you to have game. Yeah. Right. Oh, well, he's whack. He's corny. This, that, and the fourth. I said, but so you want him to talk. You want him to game you up and have you feeling a certain type of way. Women clown those guys, but at the same time, they want the guy to have game as well. Like we have guys who say things just because it sounds good, and it's a. If I want to hang with you, I want to say it. If I want to see you, I want to say it. Yeah. At what point do we stop playing that game?
I don't know if there's an end. I don't know if there's an end for everybody.
Well, I ain't gonna call him today, girl. I'm like, you're putting energy in. If you want to talk to somebody, call them. If they can't talk, fine. Right. But you're putting more energy into not calling this person, energy into not connecting with this person. That don't be surprised if the shit don't work out. Right. And shit hasn't worked out for me because I played that game for a very long time.
Yeah, the game is still being played. The game will always be there because it's always going to be a generation of game players, right? It's always going to happen. But I think I would hope. I can't say think. I would hope as you get older and you get more mature and you understand your worth and you understand what time means to yourself and to other people, you wouldn't play the game. Yeah, I want to see you too.
I don't want to go out and be like, damn, I wish I had that hour back.
Oh man, because that's a real thing.
We want to get into how social media has changed dating as well. Yeah. But I want to take some questions for everybody. Questions, guys. What y'all got? What do y'all got?
You got? Can you see them?
I can't see that. Alter my camera. Man should pay. I don't know. She isn't even recording. She was walking by.
Chilling. There's a lot of questions. You getting the same ones, right?
Yeah.
Donnie Mercer. Yeah. I wasn't saying the club was a date, but they were just expecting once we did all the stuff to have all the fixings of going out when I was back in those days in the club going days. As far as dinner, drinks, going out, the whole deal. That's what I meant. So.
All right. So let me say, who asked? Let's ask this. So hard to date when you're famous, Tyree. Question: why don't celebrities date normal people?
Why don't
celebrities date normal people?
Why don't celebrities date normal people? Yo, she's just crashing. I think she's the third party in the show. Anyway,
say hi. Say excuse me.
Say something.
Yeah.
What's the question again?
Why don't celebrities date normal people? I think they do.
I think they do. Yeah.
I think they do. I think one thing I would say when I play ball, I'm sure you can understand this too. Our days don't end. Our days end when we're done watching film and whenever the job is done. A lot of people can't understand the schedule of a celebrity. A lot of people can't deal with that. And a lot of times you're along for the ride. And that's just what it is. And it's no knock to the other person, but it takes a very patient, understanding person to deal with somebody so because you're a part of his world.
Right.
And as long as you're in that celebrity's world, what he says goes pretty much. Unless you have something going on for yourself, which I think is important. Have something going on for yourself, and don't become so consumed in that because you can.
Right.
Their life isn't going to change at all. So I guess it's just an understanding. A lot of people aren't ready for that. Yeah. A lot of people say they want their life until they actually see it, and that's just hard, man. Celebrity comes with a price. Yeah. You know, and sometimes like it's just easier. Like if I really care about somebody, I know I can't be there. You got celebrities. It's hard for celebrities to date other celebrities. Yeah. And they have the money and the means and the access to fly jets and go see this person.
But there's different levels of celebrity as well. Yeah. You have the Oprahs and your Will Smiths and your Tyler Perrys of the world who they can do anything they want and they make their own schedules and they can be where they want to be. But you also have celebrities that are just like employees of a Fortune 500 company or any company where they have their time pretty much delegated to them. So it's a difference there. But I think the reason that a lot of celebrities date other celebrities are the main reason is that the availability. Like a lot of times, like when you see co-stars and co-stars, actors and actresses dating each other, I think it's just availability. Like I'm in close proximity with this person so long that okay, you're kind of cool. I like you. I like you. I like what you're about. I like kind of the time, the chemistry we share amongst each other in this controlled environment, and we both kind of know what's going on and how the game works. Let's give it a shot. Let's date. It's kind of that way. A lot. Like I see a lot. That's why you see a lot of co-stars dating each other because they're around each other so much in that world that they just kind of get entangled in it and it just becomes easy to do it. It's an easy thing to do.
We've been having this conversation and we still don't know what dating is.
No.
I don't. Does anybody have a definition of what actually dating is, or what it is to you? We would like to hear some of y'all answer that because, like I said, it's different. I don't give time to people. That's the thing. I don't let people in my space.
Yeah.
And I don't feel the need. Not because not every attractive female I want to spend time.
No.
And that's the thing. Like I'm not jumping from woman to woman. You know, because I'm trying to fill a void. Maybe back in the day I did. Maybe I was filling voids sexually in dating, or I was just keeping women around, but it was just a physical thing. And that's something that leaves you empty.
Right.
That's something that kind of leaves some form of emotional scars. Because at the end of the day, that's somebody's daughter. Mm-hmm. She's somebody's mother, niece, sister, and I know what I want from her. Right? Like I know what I want, and once I get it, it was like, okay, on to the next thing. Like as an older man, that's young me, 22, 23, 24. Older me, I'm not interested.
Like women have been so jaded by that too. Like if you show interest and you want to chill and you want to invite people in your space, in an intimate space, say at your house or whatever, like they're already assuming that you want to have sex with them. They're assuming that you want to make the relationship physical just because of the invite over at the house to chill or do whatever. Like that's kind of ingrained in a lot of women now because of how they've been treated in the past.
Rightfully so.
But all of us aren't like that. I'm not like that. I know you're not like that. So for me, like if I'm inviting you in my space, in any space, it's about me getting to know you and me getting to understand you better. Also, if it gets to the point, I'm down for that as well, but that's not my only agenda. So to hear that stuff now and be like, and understand from the woman's point of view, not just my point of view anymore, I'm like, oh, I see what you mean, I see what's going on. And let me make sure I put this up for you so you know, no, this isn't this situation.
Yeah, I think as I've gotten older, I've just learned there's certain things. You know that whole men from Mars, women from Venus, whatever, men from Venus, whatever. And women are different, right? They how they look at things, they feel different. How they communicate is very different from men. Like you said, it's two different emotions.
Yeah.
Right? Men speak logic, women speak emotion. One thing that I've had to learn as I've gotten older is to really listen to women and what they're actually saying. Sometimes we want to be like, hey babe, just tell us this.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that simple. Mm-hmm. People communicate in very different ways, and sometimes as men, we have to really pay attention to little cues, little body language, and acknowledge their feelings. Because not every time, and not every response, not every time they express something deserves a response. Sometimes I want you to listen.
Yeah.
Pay attention to this.
And on that note, let's see what a woman has to say right now, because I see a lot of comments coming right now. So let's get a woman's perspective on
ladies. What you got to say
right now? You see anything?
A beautiful mind with way more attractive the physical body. Chemistry is important, but if you have no spiritual connection, it won't last that long. That is, I am B.B. Smith. B.B. Smith, I'm with you on that. Because if it doesn't feel good, if there's no connection, it's not going to go anywhere with you. And you can't force a connection. You can't fake energy. You cannot fake. You can't fake it. It is what it is. We've all seen people who are around each other and it just clicks and it just meshes and it's not working. You're just being your normal self and it just happens to mix and merge and you become immersed in that other person. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's not working at all. So like connection is really, 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 really big. You know, for me, you can't force it and you can't fake it. So I'm with you on that one.
So tell me, some date with the intent of just casually hooking up. Others date with the intent of developing something deeper, sustainable. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it's got to be that conversation has to happen. And in the past, I don't think we would want to hear that conversation.
Yeah,
because we have our agenda, or we already know what we're looking for. We know what we expect out of this. But now, like I always go back to us because we're so open now, and we're so intent on our intent is actually learning and understanding more about who we are and understanding who we're around as well. So if you're a woman in our space now, everything you say matters. Everything you say has validity. Like I have to understand that the stuff that you're saying comes from a place. I don't know what that place is yet, but I'm willing to find out what that place is. But I'm also here to say don't take everything that's happened in your past and project that on current situations that are also happening now, because a lot of this stuff, everybody isn't the same, and people like us who've evolved and understand that, we can help you and you can help us. So just make sure that line of communication is open.
Yeah, and I had a thought in law school. Shit, man.
Yeah,
well. Just evolve, man. Like want more, do better, be better, think better. Like it's always demonstrate value. You know, like let me see, a beautiful. What else we got in here? Intentions come with intentions. Okay. Dating to me is going out to a mutual place somewhere nice, chopping it up until the sun sets. Okay, Tyree.
You just got real
Look, all these ladies in here.
Real romantical.
We like long walks on the beach. Hi, my name is Tyree. I like long walks on the beach.
Right, holding hands,
candlelight dinners,
and a lot of kiwis.
Sand going between my toes and toenails.
Right.
I hear you, Tyree.
And sangria.
The men of my family taught me to hold the door open for women, pull the chair out. It depends on the energy. Yeah, that's chivalry. That's not there. It's weird when you open the door for women. It's like they're kind of like so shocked and surprised. So there's still things that you should do to woo women. I think that's always going to be there. Women still like to be romanced. So even the most independent and boss women, there's still a very womanly side to them where they still want those things. No matter how independent I can be,
Right.
they still want to hear compliments. That's something I could be better at. Like, I think a lot of things, I like to show it, but sometimes women like to hear.
Yeah.
Compliment them on their dress,
Whatever their
oh yeah,
nice
nice hair.
is.
Like, it's all those little things that matter. Honestly, I couldn't imagine walking around as a woman getting hit on all day. What is that like?
I mean, I get hit on quite a bit. I'm joking, people. I'm joking.
Kerry working on his acting.
I'm joking, people. But
new role?
Yeah, I'm working on something.
Oh, okay.
But no, yeah, man. No, I agree. I mean, women are objectified so much, man, that to understand what's genuine and what's not, I mean, it's got to be hard. And like I said, we understand that now. We understand how that works. So, I mean, yeah, we get it. What's the say?
Let's see. We could get on this. We didn't talk about social media. It's hard to date out here. I think social media has made dating and sexuality such a casual thing. We all treat each other like we are disposable. I agree. I'm old-fashioned and need a little more. I find guys that want me but don't want to date me. It's a struggle.
Sabrina.
I find guys that date me, that want to date me, but don't.
Let's talk about the social media part of it first. Because we kind of talked about that. Social media date, we are in the world.
Social media didn't change the damn
No,
game.
we are in the world that you are disposable. And it's sad to say, like, I'm just saying, in its totality. Not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for myself, but in its totality, yes, it's hard because if you have a conversation with somebody, you're dating or whatever the situation may be, and you have a disagreement or a falling out, instead of actually working to see what happened or finding a solution to what happened to that problem, to cause that problem, whatever it may be, I'm like, okay, shit, we don't get along, huh? All right, we got one argument. Fuck that, I'm out. Let me go on Instagram. Let me hop in somebody's DMs real quick and go to the next thing. And that makes it so hard, man, because the time, that.
Let me say that. Is it social media or is it people?
That's a normal question. That's a big question that a lot of people have want to know the answer to.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, there's a couple of things. One, a lot of times we find ourselves in the room with others, not people of our color, which is kind of strange to say, but it happens a lot that way. In college, like I said, it's 80% white, 20% black, and the rest is just like nothing. But ability, it's access. A lot of times we don't have a lot of women of color in the same rooms that we're in, which is very weird to say, but it's very true. Yeah. But also about that though is why is it frowned upon when a black athlete dates a white woman or a Spanish woman or an Asian woman outside of their race, and it gets frowned upon? But then when a black woman dates a white man, she's getting it. She's coming up. She's doing well. Why is that an issue? I want to know that one. So let's talk about that, since we want to talk about interracial relationships and what the stereotypes and all that stuff stands for, because it gets applauded when a black woman or somebody outside their race dates another race, but when a black athlete does the same thing, it's an issue.
Yo, I want
to know that.
Yeah, guys, talk about that. Right? I have a thing. This is why I don't watch a lot of TV, because the show Scandal. There's a couple of shows I watch, but the biggest, I will listen to how people's perception or view of how the love relationship between the president and Kerry Washington, right? And I listen to women, I'm like, yo, TV's fantasy, but I want that type of love. He's so in love with it, and I was like, for one, he's cheating on his wife. Two, he's the president of the United States. Right. So, and he's wrong.
Right.
Literally, he's wrong. This guy's going to war for. And I was like, I wonder how this would be looked at if it was split. Right? How people would look at it on TV
right.
if it was she came up. It's a woman with power. This, that, and the fourth. Like, I've never understood that, because we'll condemn people out here for cheating and this, that, and the fourth. But yet this is okay.
Right.
And I get it. It's TV. I get it, it's fantasy, but as we all know, they push messages through TV. They push propaganda through TV. You look at TV, the roles that black people get. Like, the roles that we get, who are the ones writing our stories? right? So they're sending this perception of this is okay, this is how it should be, and you watch it enough, you start to believe it.
Right.
You know, so like it's interesting that you gave that perspective on why is it okay on this end but not okay on the other.
Right.
Why? And we said it again, and it's just hypocrisy that we always see. Women can speak or say pretty much whatever about how men don't man up, or how you're not a man instead of four. It's okay. And women jumping, oh yeah, girl, blah blah blah. Right. But if a man turns around and does the same thing, has an opinion, oh he ain't shit. Oh you ain't a man. Oh here you go again talking about this about women. Right. And like we're not doing anything different than what you're doing, which is just speaking our truth. And as men, always speak the truth. But the level of hypocrisy that I see on both sides, not just men, not just women, but on both sides, because we all own our shit. Put our shit out there, which I don't see a lot of people owning that shit. Right. Like truly understanding that shit, be like, you know what, I was wrong. Right? Like I just don't get it. So I would like to hear people's opinion on that. Why is one okay and one isn't? Right. Ask yourself, if you don't know the answer, I said because I know the answer. I have an idea what the answer is, but I want people to answer that for themselves. Really look at that, like the things that we value, the things that we value, the things that we stand for, the things that we go at. Why do we really care? Right? We talk about men who constantly, they're going after these girls or these spots on Instagram models instead of four. Right. I'm like, do you want to date those guys? The answer is no. So why do you care? Right. Why post about it? Why even give it energy? Yeah. What people don't realize that, you want that energy, you want that girl, you want that thing. If you didn't, you wouldn't care about it. You know, so like it's once you become more aware, you take a step back and look at things. I'm just like what else? I don't know what people value. I don't know what people stand for.
I don't think they know. I think that's more.
And that's okay. But I want people to say that.
Yeah, that's what
I don't know. Right. I don't know why yesterday I was condemning this and today I'm okay with this. Yeah. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Right? Which next week we can say now, like we're going to touch on feminism, this whole feminist movement.
We're talking about the feminist movement next week.
And we're going to have a female guest because there are questions that I really have. And because there are, in certain stands, I don't see women being as supportive as other women.
If it isn't cool.
It isn't cool. Yeah. But I want to have that conversation with another female there and their perspective and their view. Right. And what roles do men play in this movement right now? Because I see a lot of men treading softly, not really speaking their truth for fear of how people may respond to that. And I'm like, speak your truth. Because people ain't always going to like what you have to say. So yeah, of course not. So it's I don't like it. We don't have how much. It's been over an hour.
Yeah, we gotta get this. Yeah, exactly. So that's the topic next week. I think that's gonna be
feminism. The feminist movement. We're gonna have a female guest.
Yeah.
To have this conversation, which I think is more than appropriate to have a female with us and really dive into this. I feel like a lot of men don't really want to tackle it for fear of how women may respond to it. I'm not scared to speak to say how I feel on things, but let's tackle that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. I think it'll be fun, man. I think we've the fact that we're going to discuss such a touchy, sensitive topic as in the feminist movement. We got to have a female energy, and so we'll make sure we bring that for you guys and make sure it's a fun topic. It's going to be great. And I guess by next week I'll figure out who loves Kiki.
Somebody just said that to you.
Oh, somebody said it? I'm going to figure out. I'm going to figure out.
One just said, next week, let's talk about Kiki loves Kerry.
Oh, did it? I'm going to find out who loves Kiki. It may be me, so I'm going to figure it out. But you won't see me doing the dance.
Maybe Kiki is short for Kerry.
We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. But guys, thanks again for tuning in. We're back next Monday. 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks for giving me your time once again. Please, we always say this. Guys, if you have questions or topics that you want us to touch on, feel free to send it to us. You know, coming up with topics isn't the easiest thing because we want to stay current, we want to stay trendy, but at the same time, we want to give people the things that add value to your everyday, or we want you to walk away with something. So Thanks again for giving your time. Thanks again for your engagement, and we'll see y'all.
Hey guys,
next week.
We appreciate you guys. Outro's coming, and I will not dance to Kiki. I saw somebody say dance. I will not.
Should we exit on Kiki?
Man, no, I can't do it. If I hear Kiki again, I'll be mad. No. Here we go. Hey.
Here we go. This is America.
Hey guys, we appreciate you guys coming in and disagreeing with us some and giving us answers and giving us questions, and we appreciate it. It's awesome. What you got?
This is my joint right now. It's kind of old. Drake Signs. We actually this. I've been listening to this the past 2 days. So. Guys, we're out of here. What y'all got?
Hey. Oh, I went back to this again. Hey, man.
Come on, Kiki. Hey, everybody.
Hey, we out.
Karen's new name is Kiki. All right.
Hey, if you call me Kiki, I will not answer.
All right.
See you guys.
Thanks, man.
Damn it. We gotta have her. Yeah. Or somebody.